So today I'm going to be installing Windows 10. This is the new version that just got released. It's the eval copy. I'm going to be talking a little bit about it once I get set up going. So this, I'll sum it up as probably, as I'll say, what Windows 8 should have been. And when I say that, it's like the start menu's back kind of to make it seem like what Windows 7 users want. I'm going to erase partitions on here. It's kind of like what a Windows 7 user would like, kind of, but with what some of the Windows 8 people have kind of gotten used to. It's supposed to kind of be that mixture, but well, let's see how they've done. After seeing what Windows 8 had become, I'm not truly that optimistic. That was really quick. I had to give it nothing to get it to go. This feels like Windows 8, except it's a really low resolution. So I'm going to let this install. It should install pretty quick. So I'm going to speed this up and enjoy. Well, the installer just finished. I have Ethernet plugged in, or it should be. Well, I'm not going to use the Express settings, and I'm going to speed this up. So give me a sec. Okay, so we're back into installer. Just saying, if you want to go into Windows 8 or apparently 10 without doing it, you create a new account and then you say sign in without one. That's a trick that not everyone seems to know, but it's very useful if you do, because you don't have to have it. So that's all I'm going to put in for now. Then it'll finalize my settings, and I should either appear into the Windows desktop or I should appear into a VBoot screen. So apparently we're going to Windows desktop. They have a new logo that's saying we're setting stuff up for you. Oh, how exciting. It's essentially just showing us an animation so that they can run all the processes in the background. I'm glad this looks just like Windows 8, except it's a low res, probably because it's early beta and they haven't put the time to getting the res and stuff all right. This is exactly like Windows 8. I've installed it before. Well, let's let it finish. And that was a lot quicker than I thought, so we're in. Technical preview, it says, I like the new color. Okay, click on the start menu. Nothing happens, probably because it's slow. Yeah, that's probably why. But, right click on the desktop. I guess gadgets is missing. I've gotten so used to Windows 7. I can change my res back to normal. Let's see if it detects my second. Huh, that's strange. I'm gonna have to install drivers on here, because that's kind of weird. That's not detecting anything right. So the drivers built in are kind of eh. It's not letting me click on anything. So give me a sec. So here goes a little bit more talking about Windows. So first thing we see is it's this. This is the big feature I'd say right now. You got a new task menu. You can say unpin it. You can unpin them all. I think they might be able to like squeeze it so it's different. I've never used Windows 8, so I don't know how to make all of this work. Right? So, well, I've been using it for a little bit, and, well, I'm going to say this. It's a zippy OS. It's fairly stable from the little bit I've used it. The big feature here is this. And, well, I'm looking at it like, I personally see it as a downgrade from Windows 7. It's definitely an upgrade if you didn't like having one. Another thing that's been annoying me is the kind of, in some areas they have this new modern style. Some areas they don't. Like, look at this icon here, you got the Finder icon, then you have these are the old Windows 7 icons, and then you have like the new home group and network. So it's kind of like, thanks, I wish you'd keep it. Another thing, all of these, okay, so you got the new Windows one, you got a search one, a dedicated search one, there's gotta be a shortcut for it, I don't know yet. And then you have this task view. All of these here are just like the Windows one, as in you can't remove it, which is kind of annoying, because if you go up here, you see it all like the Windows one, so it's just more room used. You can argue if it's good or bad, but it's like the Windows key or button or whatever they call it. You can't remove it. Next thing that's kind of annoying me is staying on Windows 8, there's no time on a second monitor. Second monitor support doesn't seem to be great. You can go full screen, but you can't go to the left. You can't also go in between monitors. That's been a feature out for a while. and go full screen, go to the left, and then you get this thing here, which lets you easily have two. I personally don't think of it as a huge upgrade, but if you do, that's great. All of these are Windows 8 apps. They should work. You can see you have your toolbars. You can get your touch keypad thingy here. Also, there is a way. I don't know what that is. Oh, that just changed my monitor. Also, there's a fairly easy way. If you go under here, right-click Properties, go into Start menu, you right-click on this, you hit Apply, you sign out, and then you can actually go and access the old Start menu, which is nice if you're actually on a touch screen and like that. But I think, at least to me, I personally have never seen anyone running Windows Tablet. You can run that again. It's a standard interface. I don't know if these are supposed to be. Also, all the apps start like this, which is kind of interesting. Another thing you can do, I need to change that back, but when you have your task menu, you can get rid of it entirely and just have a little task menu. At least to me, that's the biggest feature that they got rid of in the start menu, is the ability to, and also this is running on a mechanical hard drive, so this is actually pretty zippy. Another feature they got rid of is the ability to have, you can't just right-click on computer and say, you can't right-click on computer and go manage, which is the only way to manage disks in Windows. Or there's got to be another way to find it, but I haven't found it yet. My overall opinion is, you have this little bar. You can add desktops, which, at least to me, it's an old feature. I think that feature is about 30 years old right now, and Windows just put it in. I've had it on Mac OS X and Linux. I almost never use it, other than going in between full screen apps. So that's about it for Windows 10. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you want.